Broke East. It's a car show that we vend at every year, and this is the only one we're doing this year.
And it looks like it's gonna rain.
Oh God, are you serious?
What are we doing today?
Morning whips.
What are your thoughts?
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow, the crowd's feeling generous today, BB. Real freaking generous.
It's Broke East today.
No, I'm talking about
this.
I can't explain that. That's the only thing I can't explain.
Oh yeah, you're also missing a
what?
You're missing a hubcap bolt.
Oh yeah, that was the person who changed the tire. The person who changed the tire like threw it on the ground and couldn't find it. I was like, wow. Yeah, bro, I'm just living.
Here, pull that way. So what are you guys grabbing? So just pull it.
The uncoordination is unbelievable, but we get it done.
Billy, keep pulling. Pull it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, that worked. That should be good. First your raisin brand. Alfredo Flint's coming in. Rocco Ravioli.
Come on, baby.
Grabbed them the wrong way. Sorry. I'll do better next time.
It's not gonna be a next time after you come.
what f***ing country are you from?
Slovakian hobo.
It's better if I go like this.
That color's gorgeous. Yeah, you just went from homeless
Never prepared for the weather. Like he always has the wrong outfit on. Like he tries to be warm or like tries to like prepare, but he just always ends up wearing the wrong thing.
No, I think this is pretty suitable. I have 2 hoodies on and I have a nice
But
hat.
you have no water resistance. There's no.
Cue flashback to Mount Monadnock.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. SOSICO, Mushopia, Tom Brady. No.
I'm fine with that. He like really tries. But
Did you throw those shoes away?
Where there's a will, there's a way, Devlin. The hustle continues.
It'll be my aces. Can't forget my homie Cleve. What up, Mark told you to kick your feet up. Playing on my thoughts just so we could get our green up. Fly overseas just so we can switch the scene up. Can't lie, I just wanna see my team up. Fucked up, back hurting, still had to lean up. Seen life in slow-mo without the lean cup. I'm just living my dreams, ready to beam up.
That's it. This shit, it's all done, man. It's bittersweet. Apologies in advance for playing around with everybody's emotions. But it's necessary because negative press always gets better attention than positive press. So, you know, everybody's already been talking. SOSICO's closing. Some people might be happy. A lot of people seem to be pretty sad. So it's good to see that it was, you know, well liked. But the good news, as everybody knows by now, because this will probably come out towards the end of the month, is that we're opening a new location in the arcade mall in downtown Providence. So we're about to go check that out. I get the keys today, sign the lease, and yeah, next chapter begins. Alright, so day one, we're in here, pulling all the screws and nails and shit off the walls. A little bit of spackle action going on. Come back here later, sand it, and start painting. And hopefully should have the pallet walls up by the end of the week. Put in the shirt racks, and this should be a pretty quick build out. What's today?
Thursday.
The 9th, right?
Thursday the 9th.
Today's the 9th, we'll be open on the 20th. Day one. Okay. Next. Boom. Got that. The ones that fall short, should be able to use for this. Unless, figure it out. All right. Well, here we are in the park, overlooking the shop. This is the one of the last times we'll look at the shop the way it is, because after tonight we're pretty much gonna start tearing it apart a little bit. And we gotta get some pieces of it to the other store to complete the build out over there. But before we do that, we're gonna do a pretty in-depth shop tour. The other one that we did was pretty brief, but this one we're gonna go and pretty much talk about, you know, why the shop looks the way it does, how we acquired the building, what we use it for, so on and so forth, so all the other details. So let's get it. Yeah, so we signed the lease back here on like a whim back in like 2017, and it was in May, and we got the keys June 1st. So this is almost coming full circle now, the 2-year mark. So the story behind that is that I've been looking at different storefronts, just like something, because nobody would give us a shot with the pop-up shops. So I was just kind of looking hypothetically. I wrote out like an 8-page business plan, and then maybe like a month later, after doing that, me and Matt had gone to Civil, and I think we were getting stuff for the skate jam that year. And I had showed him a Craigslist ad that I was looking at. I was like, yo, check out this building. The rent's really cheap, like, you know, let's see where this is at. It's like right in West Warwick, it's close by, like, so on and so forth. And he was like, oh, let me see your phone. So he calls him and goes, you guys showing today? All right, yeah, we'll be there in 10 minutes. Hangs up, and I look at him like, bro, like, I'm not trying to like actually look at a building right now, like, this is crazy. So long story short, we went there, we looked at the building, pretty much made up our minds in like a day. The next day came by, put the deposit down for the first security checks, all that, and then signed the lease that next Monday, and then got the keys June 1st. Here we are at 751 Main Street, West Warwick, Rhode Island. A place that we've called home for 2 years. So this is the storefront. When we got the keys here, it was all these really ugly, banged up walls. I think it was like a weird, like whitish gray color with like stains everywhere. Really ugly tile flooring, and it was just empty. So we built out, you know, the partition walls all the way around. We put the floating floor in. We built the register out. Everything is just pallets. It's just reclaimed pallet wood, I guess you could call it, just painted black. We built a little cabinet over the electrical box, matching window box display on a pallet. You know, I don't know where or why, but pallets were just really cheap and accessible, or free and accessible. So we just kind of built everything out of that and just went for that whole theme and aesthetic with the shop. Black and white, just to make it very like boutique-like, kind of like upscale, like New York style boutique, but then also put some accents and greenery in there to give it the appearance of like a surf shop, skate shop, almost like a West Coast vibe too. So it's kind of like a blend like that, and that was the intention with this. And people seem to get that, so I guess it works. We installed all the track lighting because that wasn't there. It was kind of dark in here at the beginning. Just these like annoying fluorescent lights. Pretty big hallway. I think it's actually like 6 feet or so. Oversized hallway. We did that with the intention that we knew we were going to do a lot of events here. And just for ease of moving things in and out. I didn't want it to be like a standard really cramped hallway. So we designed it to be pretty wide, and that's definitely been beneficial for the events. The next thing with the layout is specifically position the door to the stockroom with the door to the alleyway, or it's just a little quick like emergency exit. So if you go out here, it's nice because you get a straight shot down the alleyway to the road, and then right in here. So when we do events, when we get a big shipments in of product, it's easier to take it in down the alleyway and slide it right across here versus, you know, when people are in the storefront trying to get it through the front door and around all the racks and everything and then in here. So that was designed specifically like that. And then once you move into the stockroom, we left the inside of the walls so that we could see the structure of them, so that we could build off of it and just use it for like storage. We built all these shelves out to the size and spec that we needed. And I think it only cost like $200, so we saved a lot of money because industrial shelving would have been a lot more expensive. And we were able to just, you know, make it a little bit more custom to what we wanted. We have this nice high table right here, or shelf, or whatever you want to call it. It's able to fit the microwave under it, the mini fridge, some more storage bins, shipping supplies, all that stuff, cameras, internet, and yeah, this is our full stock at the moment. It's not a whole lot, but we kind of tend to like overflow into the other room at times, which is why we designed it to be that way. Everything is meticulously labeled because I guess I'm a psychopath. Yeah, we just try to keep everything pretty organized. Sample rack is over there, but don't turn around because we can't show anybody the samples yet because it's for FW19. So yeah, moving on into the photo studio, storage room, blank space, whatever you want to call it. We've done a bunch of different events in here. This is what it looks like when we don't have events going on in here. Kind of a mess. Shout out to James. See you soon, clothing. He just started doing that stuff. We've been helping him with it a little bit. We have Mushtopia over here that we are handling the distribution for now. We have a bunch of junk in here, man. This is crazy. Over there is the backdrop for the photo studio. So that's there. Just nobody can use that right now. But this room is about 400 square feet. I'm probably wrong. I think the walls are 400 square feet. So it's 400 square feet of wall space. I forget the exact measurement of the square footage of the actual room though. But this is where we've held the Juxtapose galleries. We've done different types of concerts, live music, events like that. We've done private events. We've done pop-up shops. What else have we done in here? We've done a ton of different events in here, man. Tons of different galleries, so on and so forth. It's been a really great room for that. And you know, when it's like the storage stuff, sometimes, you know, when we get new shipments in, they have to be processed and stocked in. We just let everything overflow into here, and it becomes a good working space for that. Meetings, when we arrange the couches a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Oh, beautiful bathroom. Take a view out that window. The scenic, gorgeous Patuxent River. And this is the office where the magic happens. MTV Crib style. So this is my desk. This is Devlin, Ricky, Orion desk, and other. James resides right there. And it's pretty packed. Recently, I ran out of room on my desk and this little side desk I built and these file cabinets. So me and Devlin were able to fit this thing in my car and brought this back, and I just extended my working area over there now. This is one of the rooms, aside from the stock room, that we left the original floor. And I think because we did that, we saved like $500 of the build-out expenses by not putting the flooring in here, because I think at the end of the day we still put down about 1,000 square feet of flooring, and instead we went to Job Lot and bought this enormous rug for like $80 and just threw it down, and it's been great. So this is our basement. And the last couple nights we've been in here busting up pallets for the new store. So we just have a bunch of storage down here. We try to keep it pretty clean. My landlord doesn't like messy basements, and I don't either, so it works out pretty well. But we've busted up 14.5 pallets down here the last 2 nights. For the build out of the walls, or the new pallet wall at the Providence store. But other than that, it's just a bunch of storage, just a bunch of junk. Yeah, that's pretty much all that is down here. It floods a lot. Everything has to be up on other pallets and cinder blocks. That's pretty much that. The basement's pretty boring. We are fortunate enough that because of our geographic location of West Warwick, that we have a backyard, I guess. I feel like most storefronts or most places like this are more of like a urban setting that don't really have this stuff. If you go out the side door, it's just like an alleyway and then to like another street. But for us, we've been fortunate enough to have the river. So besides the river itself and just like this whole scenery in the alleyway being pretty aesthetically pleasing, we've done a lot of photo shoots back here. We used to have some like tables and chairs back here, but it's spring now, so you know, we obviously took them in for the winter. Those might go back out soon. But now that everything's grown back in, we can't see any of the houses on the other side of the river. We can't really see the road. Everything becomes pretty secluded back here, and it's just quiet, really tranquil, I guess. If you're having a rough day, you can come back here and just take a couple deep breaths, and that definitely helps. So we're definitely pretty lucky, pretty fortunate to have this, you know, 15 feet from my office window. That's a tour of SOSICO, 751 Main Street, our West Warwick flagship store. We are actually keeping this building and also opening up the Providence store. SOSICO will no longer be operating as a storefront out of here, but we're rebranding my business more, and it's going to turn into a creative studio called Black Market Creative Services. I really hate these really formal talking vlogs, but there's a lot of stuff going on, so I figured we'd bring everybody a quick update for those who follow along. And yeah, that's it. So the walls are painted white now. They're not that ugly ass gray color anymore. So it just makes the place look a lot bigger now. We have these pretty low ceilings, so it helps with that. And starting to get the pallet walls coming together. Just gonna finish painting tonight. Sweep up, get a lot of this junk out of here, and then start on the register, display case, and racks tomorrow, and then after that it'll be looking like a store, and then it's just little things from there. Get the clothing in here, some artwork up. We're moving.
I'm just trying to tell you what's on my mind. And I'm just trying to show you how I feel. Yeah, I say I've been said I was on my grind. Now we here living out our dreams. Yeah. I'm just trying to tell you what's on my mind. And I'm just trying to show you how I feel. Yes, say I've been said I was on my grind. And now we here living out our dreams. Said we just living out our dreams.
Rest in peace to still, I still believe in my
dreams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we just living out our